Some fear saves your life, and some fear steals your life. And if you're trying to grow, heal, or make a big change, fear showing up doesn't mean you're failing. It means you are a human being. Fear is an alarm system. Sometimes it's wisdom, sometimes it can be an old wound. Today, I will give you simple practice you can use in real time so fear doesn't have to lead. You can. If this resonates, save this episode, subscribe, and share it with a friend. I used to believe the only life I could ever have was the one I grew up with. And honestly, it held me back. I thought I had to follow the safe path, be a nurse, work a 9 to 5, stay inside what my culture and family expectation. My friend, there is nothing wrong with that, but I believe that was my only option. And we made a big shift. We moved from West Coast to the East Coast. We became debt free, downsized to an RV, and crossed the country. And that was the conflict because I wanted to grow, to live a life that feels authentic for me, yet fear came up in waves. And the fear wasn't just about money or moving, it was deeper. Old beliefs like stay safe, don't risk too much, don't disappoint people. So when God started calling me into healing and a bigger life and even my dreams, my nervous system didn't call it calling. It called it danger. And I want to share something I didn't say out loud for a long time. In 2020, I was a stay at home mom with two kids under two. I was pouring out to my husband and my children, caring for everyone, but quietly struggling with my mental health and emotional health. It was eye opening because you'd think being in healthcare, I would know how to care for myself. But honestly, I didn't. I didn't have the language. Therapy was taboo where I grew up, and I had to face this question. How can I overflow if I'm empty? And that was the beginning of me learning that care isn't only what I give, it's also what I receive and what I practice. Here's the science in everyday language. Fear is part of your survival response. It alerts you to threat, real or perceived. So fear itself isn't the enemy. Fear is data. Fear is a signal. The question isn't how do I never feel fear? The question is this fear protecting me from real danger or is it protecting an old belief? Because big dreams trigger old survival. As a mom, the book Whole Brain Child helped me when my child is scared. We don't say, stop crying. We say, that was scary. You're safe now. I am here. Validation helps the brain integrate instead of getting stuck. My mentor said, we don't remove fear. We replace inferior fear with a superior fear. Because everyone fears something. The question is, what sits on the throne? For me, that superior fear is the fear of the Lord. Holy awe. I've been reading the book Awe of God by John Bevere, and it reframed this. The fear of the Lord isn't terror. It's reverence, alignment, steadiness. God is God. You and I belong to Him. And yes, there's fear that's healthy. God designed it, and it helps us choose wisdom. But the fear that steals your life, fear that makes you shrink, perform, or stay stuck, that's the fear we bring under truth. I love the movie Inside Out 1 and 2 because it shows this visually. Emotions aren't enemies, they are messengers. So I practice sitting with fear like it's in the room and asking, Hey, fear, what's up? Real danger? Or is it an old wound? Here's the tool I use to help me in my healing and growth journey. Pause, feel, name, find the thought, replace with truth, choose. Pause. One slow breath. Exhale longer than you inhale. Feel and name. I feel fear. Where do I feel it? Chest, throat, stomach, and what behavior is creating that fear? Find the thought. What is the story is fear telling? I'm going to fail. I'll be judged. I'm being irresponsible. I feel unsafe. Then replace with truth. My upbringing was my starting point, not my ceiling. God invites me close. Fear is a signal, not a sentence. I am safe to learn. I am worthy. I am enough. Choose. Choose one small next step, not a whole plan, one action step. So ask yourself today, where have I accepted limits God never gave me? So if you're a mom, and if you're someone who's tired, if you're doing this without support you wish you had, start here. One pause, one truth, one action step. If this resonated, save this, subscribe, and share it with a friend. And comment, I choose God's plan so I can pray for you and cheer you on. In the meantime, I want to invite you to the Pause Challenge on February 18. The links and book resources will be in the show notes. Remember, it starts with us. Until then, this is Shalom, the Savor Mama.